CES later that year, they actually realized if we can't win in the video game market, if everyone's telling us it's dead, let's just reposition it as a toy. So they rebranded this advanced video system the Nintendo Entertainment System.
It's an entertainment system because we're going to add this little robot. He's called Rob. He's your robotic operating buddy. And we got a light gun. You can shoot stuff. So it's like a toy, really. It's not a video game system. It's a toy.
Keep in mind, at this point, it's hard to imagine there was a time when Nintendo didn't come with Mario. But at this point, it's Duck Hunt and Robbie the Robot with Gyromite. That's what it's coming with. There's still a piece of the puzzle missing.
And this time, the reception is a little bit better. They go, oh, okay, I can kind of see where you're going. I still don't want to buy any, but you're not totally crazy, and maybe you might eventually have something here, and we can talk about it later.
The challenge for Nintendo at this point isn't selling kids on it. It was obvious that it was the greatest thing of all time. It still is. The problem was getting stores to sell it.
So what ends up happening is Nintendo, the head honchos at Nintendo say, here's what you're going to do. You're going to New York City in Christmas, '85, and you're going to sell door to door.
They go to toy stores, they go to Macy's, anywhere that might sell a Nintendo, and just put some good old-fashioned shoe leather into it and try to sell people in it face to face.
They went to the stores and set up everything. They brought the merchandise and they brought all the displays. That's some dedication there. That's you really believe in your product that you're selling.
Nintendo said, put this on the shelves, and you're not going to be stuck with it like you will all the other Atari stuff. If you put our stuff out and it doesn't sell, we're going to buy it back. That's impossible. Nobody does that. Nintendo did.
So this strategy starts working. Nintendo sells a few consoles, they're feeling a little bit better. But they say we have to get into more stores. We got to move more units. What do we do?
Now, in 1986, the two biggest toys were Teddy Ruxpin and Laser Tag, both made by Worlds of Wonder. So they contact Worlds of Wonder and say, hey, Worlds of Wonder, if you can get us in all the department stores that your toys are in, we'll give you a percentage of our sales. Worlds of Wonder does this.
And by partnering with the sales force, Nintendo was actually able to get in to sales channels with leading toy chains and department stores that they wouldn't have had access to otherwise.
How do they do this? Well, when a department store like Sears or JCPenney calls up Worlds of Wonder to place an order, Worlds of Wonder says, okay, yes, we'll give you 1,000 Teddy Ruxpins, which just happen to be the hottest toy in America right now. But in order to do that, you have to take 500 Nintendos.
And everybody goes, oh, come on! But they do it. And it turns out to be a fantastic strategy because that gets Nintendos in front of the public, and the public starts buying them up.
So now it's starting to build a little bit of momentum, but then Mario comes out, and now it's got a lot of momentum. That's probably one of the greatest games ever, and it gave them a huge push.
When I had the Nintendo, I also had the Teddy Ruxpin bear. Of course, I got the Teddy Ruxpin first, and I had it for a little while, but once I got the Nintendo, that thing was in the yard sale.
The next year rolls around, 87, Teddy Ruxpin's over. Laser Tag is over. But guess what? Nintendo is just taken off.
They didn't need Worlds of Wonder anymore. They severed the agreement, and here's where Nintendo really enters just a golden age. Stuff like Metroid, Zelda, Punch-Out, Excitebike, just all the first generation of Nintendo classics start coming out. And at this point, it's built up so much steam you can't stop it. It's clear that it's more than a fad, and it's a phenomenon.
Now, the golden age of Atari only lasted for a few years. Nintendo, they've been around, if not always the top dog, for more than 20 years, and now with the Wii, they're back on top again.
Could you imagine if there was no Teddy Ruxpin? We wouldn't know Nintendo like we do right now.
Worlds of Wonder would later file for bankruptcy, and Nintendo would keep making boatloads of money every day.
The Japanese brought video gaming kind of back to life, and so really that represented the shift of American control of the video game market to the Japanese control of the video game market, and they've been on top ever since.
In 1990, Nintendo was 1/10 of the trade deficit between America and Japan. Just Nintendo products. That's how big they were.
They knew that once kids played it and once they had it, that it was just going to catch on. And they were right. They were totally right. And then everyone made money and everyone was happy.